Great day, everybody. Welcome back to the Improve and Progress Hour. My name is Omar Muhammad, helping you do just that, improve and progress. All right, I think we got some special guests in studio. Are they there?
We're here.
Great day, y'all. Y'all go ahead and open up and introduce y'all. I just can't let y'all just go roaming around free. So let me properly give y'all an introduction. Can I do that?
Yes.
Sure, thank you.
All right, y'all. All right, so I'm on travel, y'all, and when I'm on travel, I'm like Batman and they like Robin. So they're in studio. They're gonna give you a great show as always. For those who are not familiar with them, let me start with baby girl number 2. That's Jasmine. So Jasmine, are y'all gonna introduce yourselves?
No, you
I don't want to
already
steal y'all
started. You
thunder.
might as well go ahead now.
All right. So Jasmine is an entrepreneur, serial entrepreneur. Had a nail boutique down in Fells Point, a hair salon in Fells Point. Now she's traveling all over the world, teaching women about, or helping women grow, start, operate, and scale their business. And she's also a DJ, so I'll let her go into that. And then my twin, my real twin over there, she's a doctor now, y'all. So y'all got to congratulate her. So Dr. Lucas over there, another serial entrepreneur. She started off with consulting, and she went on to her and Keisha went on to start the Cube Co-work, and they started off on York Road in I'm gonna say a shack. Now they're in a mansion.
He's so disrespectful.
Now they're in a mansion. So they're going to talk more about that. Y'all, I'm always proud of y'all, and I thank y'all when I'm on travel. You all come to the rescue, and I know it's going to be a great show. So I'm going to stop here. I'm going to go back. I'm actually talking to some young guys about entrepreneurship. So let me go do that, and y'all got this. I'll see you on the other side.
Thanks,
Continue to improve and
we
progress.
appreciate you.
Thanks, safe
All right,
travels.
y'all.
So, hey, y'all, hey. It is the dynamic duo, Jasmine and Tamara, also known as, I don't really like using also known as because it's like AKA and I'm a Delta. So, better known as Dr. Lucas. And so, as Omar said, when he's away, we come and step in, and we are always excited to do so. And we will have a great show. So, I am the CEO and co-founder of the Cube Cowork. We are the largest Black women-owned co-working space in the United States. I'm also a business professor at Coppin State University. So I'm excited. A consultant. We do a lot of things. Jasmine and I, we are truly Batman and Robin. So go ahead.
Well, I thought she was going to say when Omar's away, we're going to step in and play. Because this is my favorite opportunity to cut up when I get to step in Omar's shoes and get to host on Morgan's amazing radio station. So it's been a while since we've been here. Many years ago, we had a segment called Moms as Entrepreneurs, and this is when we were still young and fresh entrepreneurs. Now we're a little beat up, a little seasoned and experienced. And so it's nice to be back. It feels like home. So thank you, Omar, for entrusting your platform with us once again. We went out 10% when the ratings go through the roof. Make my check out to Jasmine Sims. I am, as he mentioned, a serial entrepreneur. I'm an exited entrepreneur. I had salons in Fells Point for over 10 years, one of which was Best of Baltimore many times consecutively. Since exiting, I am a business advisor, so I get to help lead an amazing program with Goldman Sachs nationwide, and I am the director of business advisor strategy and curriculum optimization. So I work with NYU Stern, giving feedback on the curriculum for the program, help us meet our metrics, and work with an amazing group of highly esteemed business advisors. Then I also moonlight as a DJ. So I am also DJ B. Morladi. And we'll talk about those opportunities a little bit later. But I think it's a great segue into what our topic is today because we do so many things.
And we do them well.
We do them well. We are definitely multi-hyphenate. I mean, I don't really like that term. I don't know who made it up, but kudos to you because it took off. But we are multifaceted individuals. And so today's segment on the Improve and Progress segment is about how you can improve and progress in business and in life. And so we came up with the topic of you're grown and you can do what you want. You grown.
You grown and you can do what you want.
Since you bad,
right? But wait, Jasmine, before we get there, one of the things that I'm really excited about, the last time we was here, our children, I don't even know if you had a second child yet.
I don't think I had 2 children yet.
No, and they were babies, and I get to really share this moment with my daughter who is in studio today. So let's give her a round of applause. Woo, you want to say hi? You want to introduce yourself?
Hi guys, I'm Ryan Malia Lucas. I am a mini entrepreneur taken after my mom, and I've learned a lot from her. I also am interested in sports like golf, and I'm just really turning into a good entrepreneur and my own person, but also having traits as my mother, of course.
Yeah, so she's gonna give her little insight throughout the segment as well. But yeah, we grown and we can do what we want, right? And I think it's important to have this conversation because one of the things, and I know you get this a lot, Jasmine, is how do you do all the things that you do, or why do you do all the things that you do, right? And what I used to tell people that when we first became entrepreneurs and we were dipping into a lot of things is that I don't want to do one thing and I don't have to do one thing. And I remember really talking to an investor about he wanted me to choose between basically my business and my dreams. And I was just like, no, I'm not doing that. These are all the things that I want to do. And this is how I want to do it. And all of that is centered around impacting people. But I need to make sure that while I'm doing that, I have joy in every single thing.
And I think that's the key when you go on your journey through entrepreneurship. The first thing is I realized that it came from passion. I started because I was really passionate about something. I had a great idea. I was excited about it, and that's what sparked me taking that first step into starting my business, doing the research, getting really engulfed in what that looks like, what success looks like. And then I noticed that same mentality and that same spirit carried over into other things in life, not business related, that I was very excited and passionate about. And so then what I realized is that life is more about and the impact will come.
Yep.
The money will come. The following will come.
And it doesn't mean, I think one of the things in life that, and I just had this conversation with my Goldman Sachs scholars, right? is that now growing up for us, we didn't have social media, right? And so having to compare ourselves to someone else's success wasn't a thing when we was growing up. So we had these big visions. I know for me, I watched a lot of 90s TV shows. So The Cosby Show, my favorite, A Different World. I'm so happy they're rebooting. I can't wait to see it. But I use them as tools to help guide me in life, right? Like I knew that I wanted to be successful like Claire Huxtable. I didn't want to be a lawyer, which I probably should have been a lawyer because I'm going to debate you down, right? I'm going to beat a case. But I knew I wanted to be successful and I wanted to define what that looked like for me.
So I want to tell you about the TV shows and movies that inspired who I wanted to be. And you're going to laugh at this one. So I always liked Living Single. Now, maybe some of the topics I shouldn't have been watching because of how old I was at the time. But I knew I wanted to be Khadijah James because she had Word Up magazine. And she had her own business. And her cousin came and worked for her. So coincidentally, my first salon, my cousin came and worked for me at my front desk. But the movie that really sparked what I wanted to do was Babs.
That fits you. And if we had known each other back then, we would have literally been Babs.
I said, wow, they got a restaurant and a hair salon. Now that's all over Atlanta.
Yeah.
You can get a plate and you can get your hair done at the same time.
No, that's actually true. I think Babs was definitely one of those. What I appreciated about Babs is that they didn't give up on their dreams. Right? Like they kept Babs is really a real story that I can also relate to. Like giving up is not an option. And that it wasn't about just them wanting to be rich. It was more about they wanted to follow their dreams. And you know what's so crazy? We always meet. I don't remember the man that they met. You know that they stayed in the mansion, but we always meet people like that, and they and they always tend to like put us in the right direction on whatever it is that we're looking to actually do. So that's a story I think we both can relate to. So.
And you know what else? And they always have a good time too. Because y'all see how they got him to go out to the club and he started cutting up on the dance floor. He was having the time of his life. Why? Because he ran into 2 women
who were authentic.
Who were authentically themselves, excited about life, dreamers, and went after it.
Yep. And this is all tying back to our topic. Like, you're grown, you can do what you want to do, but what are the reasons that you want to do all of these things, right? Not because somebody else is doing it. And that's what I really liked about them. They couldn't dance, but they showed up to that dance that dance tryout, right? There's a lot of things that I know that I probably can't do, but I show up and then I just leave with whatever opportunity that I didn't even know that I was going to get.
And you know the other thing, Tamira? We act just like that.
Yeah.
Because anything I say I want to do, Tamira's going to be right there.
Absolutely.
Cheering me on.
Because
Be in the back of the Olympics, or vice versa.
You ain't telling why you going to the Olympics.
Well, let's see. Look, I done got a little busy. So, in talking about being grown and doing what you want to do, I'm also an archer, which is rare for Black women in the archery community. Black people in general in archery are pretty hard to find. There are some communities that I've stumbled upon online, but archery for me became an outlet. So I'm a little bit of a pool shark. I'm pretty good at that.
And she counts cards.
I don't count cards, but I'm pretty good with numbers and things align with precision. And so one day I said, well, maybe I might be good at archery. So
I don't know who wakes up one day and say, maybe I should be good at archery.
Yes. If I can shoot pool and I can shoot a rifle pretty good, or, you know, go to a gun range and have pretty good accuracy, then I might be pretty good with a plain bow and arrow. Let me see what this looks like. So I Googled it, and I found a range that I could go to, and I signed up for classes. So I've been in archery for a few years now, and it's something that brings me peace. It takes focus. It takes patience. It takes alignment. It centers you. You can't have distractions, so it's an outlet for me to just relax, relate, release.
I feel the same way about golf, and I thank God for Omar introducing me to golf years ago. Like, nobody wanted to go on a golf course with Omar, but it was me that was like, all right, I'll go. And I've never had lessons. I won't say like I'm good or great, but it is fun to me. And Ryan's always like, golf is not fun. Like, it's not supposed to be fun. But when I say fun, it's something that I enjoy doing, and that I don't, it doesn't feel like work, because I'm always working. I'm always helping people. I'm always doing the things to invest in other people. And that is something that I like to do, to invest in myself. And so I introduced Ryan to golf thinking that she probably was not going to like it because it was outside. You know, it gets hot, but she now loves golf and is a golfer. Like, she's actually really good at golf, and I'm very proud of her. How you feel about that?
About golf?
Yes.
I love golf. I 100% agree. At first, I didn't think it was fun because it's kind of difficult to watch on TV if you ever watched it before. It's just like you're watching people just hit a ball for hours and try to get into one place. But when you're actually playing, it's really engaging, and you actually find a sense of peace in it once you start it. And I think especially changing sports really opened my eyes to just feeling happy in a sport, and it always feeling like work. So I think that I definitely understand what you mean about golf.
Which is important for me. Like, as we talk about you're grown and you can do what you want to do, you know, being a mother, we're mothers, and you know, we was grown and had kids, and it's hard, right? But one of the things that I don't do is measure my motherhood against anyone else mother, like how they mother.
That's a good point.
Which I appreciate, because people will try to put you in the box of this is what you're supposed to do as a mother, or this is how you're supposed to parent and things like that. And I have to say, I have a pretty cool kid. Like, I'm happy of where she is, about to be 16 in a month and a half. And I can't believe I have a 16-year-old. But, you know, it gives me an opportunity to have, like, flexibility around my life period. And people laugh, like, on Monday when we was golfing, they were calling me. I was like, I can't talk. I'm on the golf course. They're like, on a Monday? You not working? I'm like, no.
You grown. You can do what you want to do. You know, I think I learned that as a parent to go down that road. I had to figure out how to make it work for me. Now, there are a lot of blogs and a lot of feeds or videos that'll come out about them being the best mom, and a lot of it is a guilt trip, if I'm being honest. But for me, I had to figure out, what does successful parenthood look like to me? Mm-hmm. What does motherhood look like to me? And it's not this picture perfect image that you might see in those videos. So for me, it's telling my kids, no, I don't want to look at this video that you want to show me right now. Mm-hmm. This is my personal time. This is my private time. I could look at this later. Or taking the time to process my emotions and frustrations in my room and letting them know they could do the same in their room. Yep. Because the rest of the house is calm and area where we can all find peace.
Yep.
Take that attitude right in your room. Yep. And handle it there. We can talk about it when you're ready. But overall, Ryan said something really good that is a key point in how I look at any extracurricular activities that I decide to indulge in. And she said, it doesn't feel like work. Mm-hmm. And whenever I'm doing something that I love, it does not feel like work.
And once it starts feeling like work, I don't want to do it.
I don't want to do it anymore.
I don't want to do it.
You can't get me to look at a fingernail now.
No, she's serious.
Because I was so engaged and engulfed in my businesses and the operations, and it was a point where I had to service everybody. I didn't have systems yet. I didn't have operations set up to where people could manage the business without me being there. So I was working myself to the bone. And now I can't even stand to look at a foot. You can't get me to polish a fingernail. But I was able to find an outlet in things I really enjoyed, which led me to things like archery and DJing, because now I realize I enjoy these things much more. And I also enjoy my work consulting, because I get to pour into others and there's a lot of impact involved. So work doesn't feel like work anymore. And my activities give me the freedom to do that. Once I was able to truly align myself with my passions, my whole life shifted. And really quick, I want to invite you all to the conversation. If you want to tell us what you're passionate about and how you find freedom in your life, how you improve and progress through the things that you're passionate about, give us a call at 410-319-8888, and you can join in on the conversation.
Also, let's talk about boundaries, because that's something that you just touched on, but you didn't say, right? And so part of doing what you want to do has a lot to do with the boundaries that you actually create. And I had someone tell me a few weeks ago, like, you're the queen of boundaries. And I really am. I had to learn how to have boundaries. Like, I don't give an explanation when I say no. It's just no. And that's it, right? Or what is it that I actually want to do, who I want to interact with, how I want to interact with them, and my family, my friends, my colleagues. No, I have really strong boundaries now for my peace, but also to make room for the things that brings me joy. And that's all, we really have to lead with that. What brings you joy at the end of the day? If your work is not bringing you joy, if your relationships aren't bringing you joy, and I'm not just talking about romantical relationships, I'm talking about any relationship, friendships. If that side activity that you're doing doesn't bring you joy anymore, why are you doing these things? And who are you allowing to define, or what are you allowing to define your joy, your happiness, and your peace?
And sometimes I realize that we as people don't go for things that we're interested in or try new things because of what other people may think. And I know that sounds kind of shallow, but we'll dive into that a bit more. But what is it you're doing that you're worried about other people watching you and their opinions? We'll be back. Hey everybody, we are back on Morgan State's Radio, WEAA 88.9 FM. This is Jasmine Sims, also known as DJ B. Morlati. We are standing in for Omar Muhammad today while he is on travel. My co-host today is Dr. Tamara Lucas,
also known as the Business Doctor.
So before we went to break, we left off on what is something that you are passionate about or something that you want to do in life that maybe you're more concerned about what people will think than you are about just going for it. Mm-hmm. We want you to join the discussion. Give us a call at 410-319-8888.
So I'm going to say this, and I did this yesterday, y'all. I'm so proud of myself. When we talk about joy, peace, happiness, and I know a lot of people actually do this, but it was very hard for me to make this decision. And in the beginning of the year, I said that I was going to pour more into myself and spend more time with myself, by myself. And so one of my favorite authors, it just randomly popped up on my timeline 2 weeks ago, that one of my favorite authors was having a she's launching her book, so it was a book signing at Lincoln Theater in DC yesterday, and I booked a ticket. I don't even like driving to DC. I got in my car, I went alone by myself. Afterwards, I went right next door to Ben's Chili Bowl, got me some food, and sat there and spent so much time with myself. And I have to say that truly, truly brought me joy and happiness. And that is something that I felt like I couldn't do as a wife, as a mother. Like, I'm always surrounded by people. And so that moment for me was really, it felt good. It felt good. Ryan, I know you want to talk about what brings you joy. Or what you want to do that you can't do right now as a child that you want to do as an adult.
Personally, I don't think that I have thought about that, because I feel like there's so much I can do as a child. And my passion is just to be a leader in general. And I think that I've taken on that role quite a lot, as being Eastern Regional Teen Secretary of Jack and Jill, and just following in my mom's footsteps and all, because I just see you be a leader, and I see all the people around you be a leader, and it just inspires me, and it shows me that I don't have to wait. I can be a leader now, and I show my community how I can integrate those leadership skills into my daily life now, so I don't have to wait, because it's what I want to do. It's what I'm inspired to do.
And I think that's important for the younger generation to see, because if they grow up around someone who's scared to take action or scared to live out their dreams or scared to take a chance, they grow up underneath that.
Mm-hmm. And I had to say, I was that person. I was that person that was, I felt like my mother was scared to, like, do the things that she desired to do, right? She used to always say, well, I had kids, so I couldn't go to nursing school. And I'm like, girl, people go to nursing school with kids every single day. Like, you can go to nursing school right now at the age that you are. And she didn't travel. My mom's first time on an airplane was, like, maybe 10 years ago. And so, and she used to always say she was afraid to fly. And it was just like, if I allow her fear to overtake me, and I would have became fearful as well to travel. And I've traveled to many, many countries, many, many places. I had to renew my passport, and I actually was sad that I had to get rid of my passport before the state. Well, I didn't get rid of it.
It was in the back.
I still have it. It was just like, dang, I gotta start over in this new book. But yeah, I think that is absolutely right. Allowing your children or the younger generation to really see that they can live their dreams no matter what it is. And at any age, because I tell Ryan all the time, like, you don't have to wait until you're an adult to start doing the things that you desire to do. So I'm happy to hear that you listen to me.
Yes, you always motivate me. You always are just like, go ahead, Ryan, you can do it. Just do it, and you make sure that I have everything I need to do it. So
I think in my situation, I was fearless, so it didn't affect me that my mother was the one to say, what, you want to quit your good job and your good benefits to go start a business? I mean, I see it now, right, because it was definitely a risk that I had to take to decide to shift from something stable and consistent to something all over the place. Because sometimes you never know when your next dollar is coming in entrepreneurship. And so the sentiment was there. She meant well. But had I listened, I would have missed out on so much. So part of it is you can't always listen to what someone else has to say about what you want to achieve or what you want to try or what you want to go for, because you could truly be missing out on the calling of your life. So ultimately, what is your purpose? And that leads to your impact as well. Yep. And when you're living in your purpose, like I said, the money's going to come.
Yep.
The influence will come. The connections will come. The networking happens. And you find yourself maybe on a trajectory that you didn't notice before.
Yep, I agree. I 100% agree. And Jasmine has dynamic children. Like, Jasmine's daughter is a graphic designer. Y'all should see, she created the logo, her DJ logo. And she worked on a logo for her sister's business, Jasmine Kids. Let me tell y'all, it is so important for you to lead how you want your children and the younger, even if you don't have kids, to see you, right? Like, as a professor, my students think that I am truly like Wonder Woman. They think that I can do anything and fix any problem. And I like that. I like the fact that they look at me like that.
But you can, though.
I really can.
Which is why you're their advisor in the first place.
I really can.
But those are the examples we need to see, because it gives you that glimmer of hope to say, well, if they can do it, I can do it too. And I'm the first person to tell you. And then Tamir is the second person to tell you that if we can do it from West Baltimore, anybody can. So take it upon yourself to say, I won't let my surroundings limit me. I won't let what somebody else thinks about my ideas limit my opportunities. I won't even let my resources limit what I'm capable of, because it takes a different type of beast to wake up within you to say, look, it doesn't matter what obstacles are in the way. I am willing to, at all costs, figure out a way forward to reach the pillars of success that I want to reach.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely.
And so what is a moment, Tamira, where you realized that you had a pivot that took you to the place where you are now, where you can live your life a bit more freely, wake up on a Monday morning and play golf and not answer your emails till Wednesday? How would you get there?
I realized that before the pandemic, I ended up with an autoimmune disease that really comes from stress and, the toxins that we're taking in our body and things like that. And so it was important for me to really figure out how to just not do so much and only focus on the things that truly brings me joy. And I had to stop being everything to everybody. I really just had to slow down, and that's when I realized it. And now I'm just like, no, I'm not killing myself. We only have one life to live.
Oh my God, Tamira, that's my favorite quote.
One life.
I tell everybody, I said, we only get to do this one time.
One time.
And so, are you going to do it scared? Yes, do it scared. Because I do everything scared, terrified.
I am not. I promise you, I'm going to get this done correctly the first time, so that when I come back, I can come back as something like, what's an animal that stay around for a long time? That's what I want to come back as.
And part of it is the fear of failure. Mm-hmm. Some people just don't go for it because you're scared you're going to fail, but you only get to do this one time, so why not at least say I tried it?
Yep.
And then maybe it didn't work out. Then you could try something else.
And what's the worst thing that can happen? Think about it.
So what's holding you back from achieving what you want to achieve or trying a new hobby that you want to try? Call us, 410-319-8888. I want to know what's stopping you, because at the end of the day, every day is you versus you.
Yep.
I tell my students this. I tell my clients this. I tell friends this. Every day, it is truly you versus you. So if it's something you want to do or try, you're really the only person standing in your way to take that first step.
And that goes back to what I said around comparing yourself to others because of what you see in the media, what you see on social media and things like that. Like, you all have to compare yourself to yourself. Like, I do not measure my success or the things that I want to do based off of what other people are doing. I do it by whatever my goals are. Like, I really don't have any, let me say this. I can't curse on
You can't. We don't want to pay that fine.
I really do not care about a lot of things that typically people care about. I really focus on what is it that I want to achieve today, tomorrow, this week, this month, this year, or the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years. I truly focus on myself, and I teach my child that as well. Because honestly, society is going to tell us that we are supposed to do so many different things and how we're supposed to do so many different things. And that's just not it.
And you know what else, too? You have to do what works for you. Some people are big picture people. Sometimes you need to see the bigger picture of your goal, and you want to set a 5-year goal that you can work towards to obtain. Yep. And that used to be me. Now, I don't even have real goals. And that sounds crazy, but I've learned to take it upon myself to just go and do what I want to do.
I actually don't think that sounds crazy, because I'll have like things I want to achieve, but I really don't have, I ask myself, I'd be like, okay, you did that, so what's next?
And that's what I was going to say, especially if you are a high achiever. You're always looking for the next thing. And I remember being stressed about not doing something. And it was my mother who told me, and she said, why do you feel like you always have to be doing something else or achieving the next thing? You can really just enjoy the things you've already done.
Yep.
You can rest in that for a minute. And so it took me to a point of a hiatus where I was like, well, I have done a lot. I've owned businesses. I've worked for different companies. I've taken advantage of different opportunities. I've done it. Let me just sit and not plan and do the things I enjoy. That's when I found time for archery. Mm-hmm. That's when I found time to learn to DJ, was when I said, let me stop and pause, enjoy the fruits of my labor, because we don't do that enough. And the fruits of your labor could be, I'm going to work every day and I don't even use my PTO. Use them people PTO. Because if you're not there tomorrow, the show is going to go on without you.
And I want to say, Jasmine inspired me by that. Like, the way I told her I'm going to change her picture on, I have a location, so I'm going to change it to Dora the Explorer. Because one day she might be here, next day she might be in Panama. Not even the next day, the next hour she might be in Panama. But I also love how she instilled those things in her children as well, right? One day I was over her house, and I knew her oldest daughter played the piano, but I had no clue that her youngest daughter knew how to play the piano. And like, when they are learning something, they certainly take it serious. And we were just playing around. I can't sing, but I was singing, and she thought that I could sing. She thought I could sing, but it was just one of those moments where I was just like, these kids live like very fear. They have no fear, and that is because of how their mother is as well. And I love that Jasmine lives that free life like that, and not free where you're like, oh, she's a gypsy, but free where she's like,
I'm about to be.
That's fine. You're grown. You can do what you want.
You can do what you want.
But more free of like, whatever comes to my mind, I'm going to do it. And I don't care what anybody has to say about it. Yeah. And I love that.
You can't care.
No.
And you know what else, y'all? I would say once that happened, my stress completely went away. It was like the weight of not doing something that I want to try. It's the weight of doing something because I have to. Mm-hmm. It all shifted for me. Yep. And now I live this, well, she called it a gypsy, but this life that is free and clear of stress. Because the other thing, because you've grown and you can do what you want to do, yep, is you can make the choice to deal with the situations you want to or you don't. Give time to people you want to give it to or not. Spend your money the way you want to, right? Make time for the things you want to make time for. It's all a choice. And when you realize that your life is a series of choices mm-hmm. that you ultimately have control over, that's when everything changes. Now, don't get me wrong. You got to get up and go to work tomorrow. Look, we got bills. I'm not saying quit your job today, but work on that plan to get up out of there because that's not where you're happy.
If you're not happy. If it's something that makes you happy every day, like, being a professor makes me happy. Like, mm-hmm. I get up at least, at minimum, 3 days a week, drive across town, and I'm there all day long. Like, if I can sit there from 9 a.m. to probably 9 p.m. at night, my students will sit there with me also. Like, I just enjoy really investing in them and the joy that they bring me. Like, I'm having a hard time that we're on summer break. I actually miss them already, and I'm going to cry on Friday at graduation for sure.
I love that for you because I've been working hard too, and that all goes back to saying, do what makes you happy.
Yep.
My work makes me happy. If you love your job, be happy in that. If you can't leave right now, find your moment of happiness in it. What about it is fulfilling for you? Because ultimately, you need to feed that side of you. Yep. When you get off work, what can you do that is going to be fulfilling to your life or impactful to someone else's life? Yep. And that is where you find purpose as well.
Mm-hmm. And that's actually a really good point. And again, defining your own purpose. And I always used to say that my purpose in life is to truly impact people and whatever that looks like, and people that look like me. Not that I don't impact other people, because I impact everyone, but my intention is to walk out every single day and hopefully inspire and impact somebody that does look like me, because I know growing up in West Baltimore, if it wasn't for people that I surrounded myself with mm-hmm. who decided that they were going to invest in me and really make sure that I become the best version of myself, I wouldn't be here today. And so, you know, while my daughter sits here and say how much I inspire her, I also have her surrounded around other women that she can learn and grow from. You know, Ryan will call you in a minute if she needs some help, she needs some advice.
She'll call.
And I love that. And your daughters as well. Like, I love the relationships that we've been able to build in the community that we've been able to build. And I think that is also important, is really finding your people and finding your community to help hold you accountable to finding joy, to finding your purpose, to really living the life fulfilled.
And so I want to know from you all, what is the thing that you're going to do next that brings you a moment of joy, or how you plan to shift your life in the future? I don't know if you're holding back because you're scared or if it's the you versus you issue. But give us a call, 410-319-8888.
And don't be afraid to call, y'all.
But I know that for me, it's a blessing to be able to see how taking control over your life and those positive experiences also impacts your community. Because once you have a certain level of joy, you're able to spread that far beyond your own personal life. And that's what it's about.
When you wake up and feel light, oh my God, that's so amazing. Like, waking up every day and just like, oh, another day. And like rain, not that everything is going to be rainbows and sunshine, but at least you feel like it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And even when it's not rainbows and sunshines, like those hard days don't feel as hard when you are really truly walking in your purpose and living in your joy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's important. I remember Ryan, going back to you, when you were in a place where you didn't feel like rainbows and sunshines every day. It was very hard for you, and seeing you on the other side of that, y'all. Like, it's amazing to witness. I told her today I'm so proud of her. Like, she's about to... You want to talk about where you spending the summer?
Well, since we're speaking about dreams and aspirations, I have a dream.
Come on, Martin Luther King. Martin Luther, I have a dream.
I want to be an orthodontist and open up my own orthodontist practice. So I'm spending the summer at Meharry Medical College for 7 weeks in Tennessee to do exactly what I want and study dentistry. And you just, like my mom was saying, you just have to really know what you love. Like, you have to know what you love, because I gave up a trip to a place that I've always wanted to go. But I know what I want to do in life, and I know what will take me further, and I know that going to this summer program will really help me. So I think that I'm just really excited. So you just have
Excited.
I love that for you. I'm gonna have to come to Tennessee. I was supposed to go to Japan, but
Oh, she
That's
was
right.
too.
I know. That's where I was going. I was going to meet y'all. But I will meet y'all in Tennessee.
And I'm very proud of her because, one, she applied for that program on her own. Like, Ryan don't really allow me to help her with a lot of stuff, which is crazy, right?
Excellent.
Like, even when she ran this upcoming... Oh, wait, hold on. We got a phone. We got a call. Let's bring her in.
She got so excited.
I got excited.
Okay, here we go. Hi, Tish.
Hi.
How are you? Thanks for joining us.
Good. You're welcome. How you doing?
We doing great. We happy to have you.
Hi.
Go ahead, chime
I
in.
think I have a delay, I think.
That's all right. Go ahead.
So I was listening and everything, and I mean, it's great what I've heard so far of you saying. And I was responding to one, I think, a comment that you had made about doing it scared. Mm-hmm. And it has taken me, years and years. I've listened to people, their opinions of what you should do, what you shouldn't do, where you should go. They kind of map your life out, starting with your parents, and you value what your parents say. But like you said, if you had listened, to your mom years ago, you wouldn't be where you are now. Back in the day, it wasn't so open that we did that. We did things like that. So it's taken me this long. I'm now going on 59 years old, and I'm just becoming an author.
Oh, my goodness. Congratulations.
I'm an author. Yep. I wrote a book, All is Wellness, because I'm into wellness and fitness and things like that. So now I'm getting ready to write my second book.
Awesome.
Congratulations. All right. So tell us,
yes.
this your moment. Tell us the name of your book and tell them your name. It can help somebody.
Yes. My name is Tish Hall. It is on Amazon. Thank you. And the name of it is All is Wellness.
All is wellness. That's amazing. That's beautiful. Mm-hmm. And so, since you took that step and you did it scared, how you feel now?
I feel great. I feel liberated. I feel like there's more books to come. So it really gets your juices flowing. Nice. And like you said, you don't know right off when you first start. And I actually was pushed out the nest because I wasn't even going to do it. I was admiring what I saw other people do. And I'm a great backup. I'll push somebody to do something, to follow their dreams and do what they want. I was great at that. But then somebody got behind me and pushed me. So, yeah.
Yes, thank you so much, Tish. That's actually a great point to bring us to. Thank you. So, building your community and having that behind you is so important. So, I like to think that everything I do, I just jump out there on my own, but I am pushed at times. I get pushed. Tamira gets pushed. She pushes me every day. I'm like, I don't want to do that. But some of the things I've been able to be great at and do really well in, it's because somebody pushed me to do it. They said, "You ready? I think you should take that next step."
But that's also because we doubt ourselves. And I think society has made us as women and as Black women doubt our greatness and what our capabilities. And let me tell you something. Between Jasmine and I, honestly, there's literally nothing we can't do, right? And I say this, now it's stuff that we don't want to do, but there's literally nothing that we cannot do. And every day we discover that one of us have a new skill that is so valuable to whatever it is that we doing. And that just really goes back to not like believing in yourself. Like, what's the word? Literally, what was the worst thing that could happen if Tish wrote by you writing that book? No one buying it? Okay, that's fine. Write another one.
But you needed to get every word out.
Exactly.
Into the atmosphere of what wellness is to you and how that helped you. And exactly. I'm sure it's going to help somebody else.
Absolutely. And we always say if one person, we have been in, when we hosting our programming with Moms as Entrepreneurs, if one person shows up, that one person is going to get everything that we got. And that's fine. Whether it's 1 or 1,000, we are still going to deliver what we know that our purpose is for being there to deliver. And that's it, and that's all.
We've definitely spoken to some empty rooms.
Spoken to ourselves.
We've written books that, people didn't buy them. That's okay. Yeah. We up now.
Yeah.
They listening now. And I think, too, when we look at that community we build, get some strong links behind you. Get some strong people on your team. I know you've heard, if you're the smartest one in the room, then you need to find yourself another room. But surround yourself with other strong people who have other skills so you can build each other up.
Yeah.
Collective community is how you build in business and in life. So being an entrepreneur, it's a collective sport. You can't scale and grow a business by yourself.
Yep.
It's not going to work that way. You need teams. And you need systems. Same in your personal life. Yep. You need teams. You need systems. How do you work together towards your individual goals and also common goals so everybody can make it?
Yep. So, Jasmine, I know we're going to wrap up soon. And so I think that we should leave them with some advice on one thing that they can do to improve and progress and go out and live their dreams authentically.
So I love that. So if you joined us late, this session is about improving and progressing in business and in life. And so it wouldn't be effective if you didn't leave with a practical tool to improve and progress in your life. So the first thing I want you to do, because I love to give a little homework. I'm not the professor, but I like people that take action. So the first thing I want you to do is write a list of everything you ever wanted to do and everything you ever wanted to try. Write a list. And then...
And don't put a time frame on that list.
No time. We're not talking about time. Just write a list of everything you want to do and everything you've ever wanted to try. And then I want you to write why you never did it. And then I want you to read every excuse in the book that you made up to not live your best life.
And I want you to look up the poem Excuses. But that's not the tool that I'm going to get.
I'm going to look it up too because I don't know that one. But and then when we come back next week, because y'all are lucky.
We get to come back.
We get to come back next week. Because Omar is out traveling, living his best life because he grown and he doing what he want to do. He left y'all with us. So next week, I want you to call in and tell me what you did for your homework.
Yeah.
Can you do that?
Well, this is number 2 because I'm going to give you number 2. Number 2 is I want you to make a list of all the people that you need in your life, or let me just say this, all the people that you can build community with in your life.
You hear that? That's your homework. Number 1, write a list of everything you've ever wanted to do or wanted to try and write why you didn't do it. And then write a list of all the people in your life that you can build community with. This has been Improve and Progress with Omar Muhammad, Jasmine Sims, and Dr. Tamira Lucas. See you next week.